I've gotten a lot of fun new stuff lately, either through Influencer and Octoly, or a few companies have actually reached out to me to send me things, which is really nice. So I wanted to make this video to kind of showcase those things, give you my thoughts on them, and also some haul stuff that I've purchased and I just haven't gotten a chance to try out. So anyway, I thought I would do this. Get ready with me. I am actually going to go out for lunch today, and then I have a physical therapy meeting. I don't really need to get dolled up for that, but anyway, I'm going to be out and about and in public, so I thought I would do this. So first, I obviously I've washed and moisturized my face, and I put on some new lip balm, and this is Emile Cordon's Cashmere on Lip Pots. So they sent this to me. They sent me Lisa, which is like a rosé champagne flavor, and they also sent me Cocoa, which is like a coconut vanilla-y flavor in the Cashmere lip pot. Anyway, the rosé champagne spoke to me, so I opened this up. It is in this really gorgeous packaging. This pot is glass, and let me just screw the top off. Here is the color. It smells like very vanilla-y, but when you actually run your finger in it and then approach your face with, you know, your finger and you're about to put it on your lips, that's when you kind of smell the rosé champagne. It's like such an interesting effect. Anyway, it is gorgeous on the lips, and the main ingredient is castor seed oil followed by beeswax. I'm loving this. I actually got it in the mail yesterday. I put it on last night. I wanted to see how my lips would feel in the morning. I mean, like silky smooth, and I have really dry lips. So anyway, I just put some on to prep my lips, and let's go in with some foundation. So I almost said Influencer sent me Makeup Forever the Ultra HD, which I just hauled in my last video, and they actually sent me this color, which is Y315. I went up to Sephora to do that foundation matching thing, and so I put in some of my favorite foundations and the shades that I use in those, and it popped up with this Y315. I think this is way too dark for me, but we're gonna see. But a good friend of mine, who is a makeup artist, she had, I think, extras of these, and so she actually gave me Y215, which I think may actually be a better match. So let's try the 315. Let's see what happens. This is not new foundation, so I'm not sure if Makeup Forever is sort of pushing this out again, or what the deal is, but put some right here. Yeah, I think that's a little dark. What do you guys think? Should I blend that in and see what happens? I think that's a little dark. All right, let me try the 215 on this side. That one I feel like is actually too light. Interesting. You know what? I'm gonna mix the two. We're gonna go with it. So I'm gonna mix the 215 with the 315. So I'm going to use this new Kevyn Aucoin face brush, foundation brush that I got at the makeup show. I used it once already and I really like it. So I'm just going to dip it in to this crazy mixture I've got going on here between the 2 and the 315. And this brush is so kind of big and heavy. I hold it like way up here on the ferrule. I don't hold it down here. And I use it and I kind of press and swipe. I'm not that familiar with Makeup Forever foundations or base products, so it's not oxidizing, thankfully, so I think it's pretty true to color, at least on my skin. So there's the foundation on. It's definitely like doing weird things. I feel like it's clinging to any sort of dry skin that I had or didn't even know that I had. So hopefully some powder will help that, but this is not going on like a second skin. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I didn't put any primer on. I just had moisturizer because I really wanted to see how this foundation would perform. It may do better with some primer, but right now it's a little bit, can you see that? It's like settling into just lines and pores and clinging onto patches, so not my favorite. Let me go ahead and put on some concealer and then we can powder and see how it goes. So I don't have any new concealer at the moment. Right now I'm just using my By Terry concealer that I always use. So I am going to physical therapy because I hurt my knee while I was working out a couple weeks ago, I want to say. And I generally, oh my god, this is such a convoluted story, but generally I'm like that person. I just don't like going to the doctor. I'm like, it'll fix itself. I'll be fine. I'll make an appointment 2 weeks out and then I'll cancel it because I won't need to go anymore. I'm that person. I'm just like, oh, whatever. It'll be fine. But so my husband has been out of work for a while, and anyway, he's employed now, thankfully. But the job that he had, that he left, their health insurance was what we had. So we were paying Cobra and whatever. It was like the world's worst health insurance ever. It was like we weren't even covered. Our deductible was so high that we wouldn't need it until like December every year. And then so for like a month we would try and like fill all of our prescriptions and do whatever we could. Anyway, at his new job, his health insurance is, I mean, I want to say it's like fantastic, but it's probably just the way it should be. So anyway, now I'm like, if my nose is running, I'm like, I'm going to make a doctor's appointment. I'm going to like take full advantage of it, totally use it up. If you have health insurance, take advantage of it. Don't be stupid like me. I paid for full health insurance for years working in corporate America. Whatever. So, all right, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury, not new, to set the concealer and also see what happens with this foundation. So anyway, I decided to take advantage of this health insurance, and when I hurt my knee, I was like, let me go to a joint specialist and see what is going on, because I've had actually a lot of issues with the bottom half of my body. I used to run a lot, and so I just have these just aches and pains all the time, and I don't even think about it anymore because it's so normal for me. But this particular knee issue was really, every once in a while I wouldn't be able to put any pressure on it, and then the next moment it would be fine, and I'm like, what is going on? So anyway, I decided to go to a joint specialist. If you follow me on Snapchat at all, you've heard this whole story, but I walked in, and the doctor, who is a male, a gentleman, he asked me a few questions, and he kind of like poked around at my knee, and he was like, you have middle-aged woman knee syndrome. I was like, what? I literally was like, say that one more time to my face. Like, I was like ready to throw down. I was like, don't you say those words to me, and just like laugh it off. So anyway, I was pretty like, what are you saying? And he said, I think he saw the look on my face, and he was like, you know, women have a wider hip situation, and so what happens is it pulls the outside of your thighs, the muscles, it pulls your kneecaps out, basically, you know, because we're all connected. So anyway, and he's like, it's very, very common for women in the middle-aged women to experience this. So he's like, basically, we need to strengthen up the inside of your thighs to kind of pull your kneecap back into alignment. So I'm just checking out the powdering situation with this foundation. I think it made it a little bit better. It seems to have like calmed it down, but now I feel like I look really like I have a mask on. So that foundation is definitely medium coverage, but I think it looks okay. And that shade combo I think worked. So anyway, so I started physical therapy on Tuesday. What's today? Thursday. Tuesday. He wants me to go twice a week for 5 weeks. He wants me to go for 10 sessions to start and see what happens. I'm not one to stretch, so my muscles are really, really tight. Sorry, so before I keep rambling, I'm going to try out the new, it's not new, actually, it's new to me, the Lila B Sun-Kissed Bronzer. I love this brand. I started purchasing them at Barneys. I got like an eye quad from them. Love it. And now Sephora carries them, which I'm really happy about. So I thought I'd give their bronzer a shot because I like this kind of dual thing, and it has, like, I like bronzers that have just a little bit of sheen to them. I don't like them too matte. So this appears to have a little bit of a sheen. Let's see how it translates to the face. And I'm going to use my brand new Tom Ford bronzer brush. I'm so excited. Look how pristine it is. Take a good look. It's never going to look like this ever again. The brush is like bigger than this pan. I'm just going to use both both colors here. So I started going to physical therapy on Tuesday, and she has me doing these stretches or whatever. And oh, that's pretty. Do you guys like this bronzer? This is really pretty. So what she had me do in the physical therapy session was she was helping me basically roll out my IT band, which is on the outside of your thighs. I was like almost tearing. I looked at her and I was like, is this supposed to hurt as much as it does? And she's like, yeah, probably. I was like, will this ever not hurt? She was like, no, probably not. I was like, okay, good to know. But it is so painful. And I use a foam roller, you know, to roll out the outside of my thighs every once in a while. But man, she was using basically something that looked like this and just like running it down the side of my thighs and on the outside of my knee. Because she said, she was like, I don't think you actually need to strengthen up the inside of your thighs. She's like, you actually have a lot of muscle mass. I was like, thanks. But she's like, I think what you need to do is loosen up the outside. So I think we're focusing on a lot of stretching on the outside. Anyway, it was like the best money I've ever spent because she was forcing me to stretch and she was giving me some really good insight into like what was going on with my legs. And I had actually gotten a stress fracture on my right leg years ago, and I never went to physical therapy for it. And I think I'm still paying for that. So I'm so glad I'm going. You guys, if you ever hurt yourself and you think it's just going to go away, I am loving this bronzer. What do you guys think? It's like such a pretty warm color that I feel like it's one of those bronzers if you just want to leave it there and you don't want to maybe put blush on. I think that could work. In this brush, oh my god, I may need another one. This is like the best brush ever. Oh, it's, I feel like I'm giving myself a facial massage. And in fact, I think someone commented when I hauled this, there was one of the comments that said it feels like I'm giving myself a massage. That's what it feels like. Whew. This is good. Let me go ahead and try the new Makeup Forever that I got at the makeup show. Is this what I want to use? Yeah. So I got a highlight and a blush, and they call this a contour. It's not. Not for me. And this blush. And so I think what I'm going to do is kind of swirl between these two for blush and then use this for highlighter. And I'm going to use the brand new Real Techniques soft finishing brush from their new powder blue collection. It is meant to imitate blue squirrel. It is so soft. It doesn't feel as plasticky as some synthetic fibers, so I have high hopes for this. So let me go ahead and I'm going to dip into both of these. I don't know what colors I have, but I'll link it down below, or at least I'll list it down below, because I think it's underneath the pan and I can't get it out right now. Oh, that's really pretty. So this middle one has a bit of a sheen, and then this one is matte, so it's kind of like this really nice combo. Oh, I like that. And this brush is fantastic. I think these brushes are probably a little bit more expensive than what we're used to from Real Techniques, but I gotta say this one is worth it. I'm really liking this. It feels wonderful. So let me go ahead and highlight with this highlight shade that I got. I'm using my Anastasia brush. So anyway, so I was having a conversation with this physical therapist, and I was telling her that it felt like my body was really kind of falling apart, not just when I turned 40 or any of those things, but I think the biggest change in my life that affected my health was when I started working from home. And she was not surprised. In fact, we kind of jinxed each other. We both said, sitting is the new smoking. And one of my doctors had said that. One of my GPs in New York, she had said that. She was like, oh, it looks like, you've gained a lot of weight and, and this and that. And I was like, yeah, like I'm still working out and this and that. And she asked me, what's changed? And I was like, oh, I started working from home. And she was like, that's what did it. Because in New York, you walk around so much, just getting to and from work. You're up and down stairs, you're probably standing on the subway, you gotta walk. And yeah, and just not doing that 5-6 days a week, she's like, that is really what's going to make the difference. So in New York, when I started working from home, I still had a very active lifestyle. You know, I still had to walk everywhere and, you know, take the subway and this and that if I was going out and doing anything, even if I wasn't going to work every single day. So that was one kind of step down. But now when I moved to Las Vegas, you don't walk anywhere. You don't walk at all. So I was like, all right, I'm joining a gym. I joined Orange Theory. I'm like, I'm going to go every day because that's my only physical activity. And I think what did my knee in is just the sitting. It's just, I'm sitting all day. Even though I work out, you know, I got my hour in, I'm still just sitting all day. I need to kind of stand up. So I try and remind myself to stand up and do what I need to do. But it's just not enough. So I'm going to use my Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel. It's just not enough. So what I ordered yesterday was a standing desk. I was like, I can't live like this anymore. Like, I feel like I'm 60, 65. I mean, no offense to anyone who is 60 or 65 watching, but I'm going to be 44 next month. And I really feel like I have aged, and I've only been here 8, 9 months. I really feel like I've aged from just, you know, sitting at my desk all day, then getting in a car and sitting, and it's just not the lifestyle I'm used to. So I'm hoping a standing desk will help. It will force me to be on my feet a little bit more. And, you know, it's one that moves up and down. So it's not like I have to stand all day, although I don't think that would hurt me either. But I'm going to try and do it, you know, every hour. Just lift it up and, you know, get on my feet for like 10 minutes every hour. And yeah, and I think that should help. It's definitely not going to hurt. It's definitely not going to hurt. So that's where I'm at. That is where I am at physically at this age after my move to Vegas. It's kind of crazy. I really didn't think it was going to affect me as much as it has, but it has. So anyway, standing desk, Orange Theory, physical therapy. Hopefully I will be back to feeling better soon. I don't even know. I don't even know. All right, eyes. I do have some new stuff. So I'm sorry, my camera stopped recording. So I'm using the by Terry Stilo Black Star in bronze green, and I've put it on this eye. I've basically lined my upper lash line and part of my lower lash line here. And when I noticed that my camera stopped recording, I was just saying that this definitely seems to set down, this cream stick. It definitely seems to set down. So I would do one eye at a time and smudge it out or do whatever you need to do with it before moving on to the next eye, just in case it sets down, you know, more quickly than you're planning. And I'm using a Morphe M508 brush to smudge it out just a little bit. All right, that is the By Terry Stilo Black Star. I really like that. It was so easy to tightline, which I usually have a real problem with, getting that close to my upper lash line. But getting like a precision point, I don't know if it's going to get harder and harder once I wear this tip down, but at least for now, it was really easy to get like a precision line. All right, so let's try some eyeshadow. So I meant to haul this in my makeup haul video that I did, my last video that I did, and I totally forgot and I feel awful, but here it is now. I got 4 eyeshadows from Feather River Body, and these are the 4 down here. And I played with them a little bit, and so far I'm really loving them. Let me go ahead, and these 4 colors that I got are pretty dark. So I think I need to lighten it up a bit. I'm trying to think if I got some new eyeshadows that have like a light color. I have this new Surratt color, but it is very shimmery. You know what? I got the Viseart Theory palette in Cashmere that I actually have not gotten a chance to use yet. Let me just lay down a nice layer of this matte cream color here all over my lid. And then let me try this Feather River Body color. This is called Cool Brown. I'm going to give this a shot. These shadows are super pigmented. Like, I haven't picked up any more, and I just keep blending it out, and I feel like the area is getting bigger and bigger. So they're super, super pigmented. They blend out very nicely. Actually, let me try this, this Surratt color that I got in Star. I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger because it is so shimmery. That's really pretty. Can you guys, I hope you can see that through the camera. It's so pretty. It's like crystally. And I'm even gonna put it over the taupe color here, that cool brown color. So I definitely had some fallout with this shadow, but again, it is like very glittery. There it is on that eye. I really hope you can see it. All right, so let me curl my eyelashes, and then I want to try a new mascara, which you know is different for me because I don't usually play around with mascaras. But it's the Tom Ford mascara that I got in the Nordstrom anniversary sale little box that he did. So let me curl my eyelashes off camera because you don't need to see that, and I'll come back and use the mascara for you. All right, curled my lashes, not like you can tell, and I'm gonna go in with, this is the Tom Ford Extreme Mascara, and I've been using the L'Oreal Voluminous Flash Paradise, and that's been fine. So I'm curious to see if a really expensive mascara will make any difference. This brush wand is gigantic, and it's, you know, it's one of those bristly ones. And this is in the color Raven, which is just black. I really don't think that there's any mascara in this entire world that will help my eyelashes, honestly, because there's not much to help. Okay, it seems fine. I'm like the worst mascara candidate, so it's okay. I'm dying to wear the new Surratt Prismatique lips that I got in Paillettes. It's this really pretty pinky color. I don't know if it'll go with what I have on. I guess we'll see. But I want to pair this over something else. All right, I think I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner and kind of fill in my lips a bit, and then layer this on top. So there's the lip liner by itself, and then let's put the Surratt on top. Oh, I like that. All right, and last but not least, Octoly was kind enough to send me, or I should say Scandinavia through Octoly, was kind enough to send me their makeup finishing spray. I've been using their setting sprays for a really long time. Theirs and Urban Decay, which they make the Urban Decay. So I have their primer spray, I have their oil control spray. This is just a straight up makeup finishing spray. So I was so glad to get this because I just love it. Don't forget to shake. And that's it. I love this finishing spray. No other spray keeps my makeup on as long without feeling like I just sprayed hairspray on my face. So that's it. Here's the final look. I hope you enjoyed this super chatty get ready with me. And yeah, let me know if you have any comments or questions about any of the new products that I used. All in all, I really like everything I used except for the foundation. It just sort of looks like it's sitting on top of my skin, and I'm talking about the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. It just looks like it's kind of sitting on top of my skin, but I really am loving everything else that I got. This Emile Cordon Cashmere On Lip Pot is like amazing. I put it on last night, woke up with it, and my lips have never felt softer, in all honesty. And I have a lot of lip balms because I have really dry lips. So I highly recommend this. I love the Makeup Forever cheek products that I got. The Surratt Prismatique. I love the effect it gave my lips, like kind of a glossy effect, but not over the top. The Feather River Body, that cool brown that I used, was like super easy to work with. And I was afraid it was going to be too cool, but it actually ended up being, I think, fairly neutral. I just loved it, and oh my god, and this Tom Ford bronzer brush, this is amazing. It really did feel like a facial massage when I was using it. And I think maybe the standout product for me is this Lila B bronzer. This was really nice. I really felt like once I got that on, like, I could have just slapped on some lipstick or lip gloss or something and been like on my way. I'm so happy with all the stuff that I've gotten. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Please comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next one.